Hey everybody, how you all doing today? It's your girl Lauren Mathis from Sex Watches and Battles. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things grown and sexy. I know I have been a little absent for a while, but guess what? I'm here. We got a lot to discuss, and today is going to be a little different on conversation. It's going to be a heart to heart. If you all are new to me, let me introduce myself to you all. My name is Lauren Mathis Cornish. I am the creator of Sex Watches and Battles. I am a sexologist, a marriage enrichment coach, and also a small wine business owner. And the creator of Sex Watches and Paddles. And this is my channel where we talk about all things grown and sexy. We discuss everything from relationships, marriage enrichment, um, dating, sex, of course, and some amazing wines from all across the world. And we just have a good kiki on here and just talk about all grown and sexy things. If you all are new to me, I want to just say welcome to my channel. I thank you all for tuning in. I want you all to do three things for me. Three maintenance things before we even get started today. I want you all to hit the like. I want you all to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification button for each and every time that we drop a video so you don't miss a beat. I come on here and I try to bring you all a video on a weekly basis, at least once a week, where we just talk about all grown and sexy things. Some things are light and funny. Of course, we're going to have some educational things, and enlightenment things. And of course, we have great wine. And sometimes we do discuss some heart to heart and heavy conversation and conversation pieces that we need to discuss. And today it is going to be, well, like I said, if you're new to me, I thank you all for tuning in. But if you're an oldie but goodie, I want to just say thank you so much for just supporting me and being on this journey with me. I love you all so much, and just let's keep rocking together because I got you all the way. And we're going to stay here and drop new videos on a weekly basis so we don't miss a beat, okay? So today, I've been meaning to have this conversation for a while. Y'all forgive me. I have allergies. It's the fall. I'm out in the wine cabin. The air is dry. And I need to take a sip of water, so let me do that first. Okay. So we back. So, I've been meaning to have this conversation for a while. It's actually been on my mind for a while. And I thought that, we it will only be fair to come to you all and talk about this. So, when I started my YouTube channel, I started, it was going to be grown and sexy, and it's still grown and sexy, right? And I wanted to have the conversation about, marriage enrichment, sex education, and everything, and also, have a little bit of sprinkled, of different things inside of it, and 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 I'm gonna be honest, my journey in this YouTube journey has been interesting. Um, I am the type of girl who, like I said, I'm the type of girl who is a good girlfriend, okay? And I love to have that one on one and that face conversation, the one on one face to face conversation, and just having a kiki conversation with my girls, and just, have conversations about love and just, love and sex and everything else, right? Um, but you know, it's a little nervousness that's in here, and I have to, admit that. Um, I am in my late 30s, pushing 40, and I have, um, I am, and I'm going through some changes, and even during the pandemic, it has made me really sit and think about, how I want to push my business. Now, let me explain. When I started out YouTube, I actually started it for Sex Potions and Petals alone. Okay, Sex Potions and Petals. Like I said, I'm a sexologist, a marriage enrichment coach, and I'm also a bedroom candy consultant. And I thought about starting this, for my bedroom candy business, but then, excuse me, I saw all of the wonderful, um, I had all these wonderful ideas, and I still have these wonderful ideas of how I wanted to take, how and where I wanted to take sex potions and petals, and and I still do. But like I said, we have done public events in the DMV area, and we've done, we've done seduction workshops, we've done pole dancing workshops, we have done, bedroom candy workshops, dungeon workshops, with dungeon parties, dungeon workshops, and we have brought some we introduced some to Sex Potions and Petals on our Facebook page. I think we've done some in the past, even on here and also Instagram. Um, but since the pandemic, like I said, we all have had the time to sit and reevaluate things. And I am in the process of restructuring and rebranding my business. Um, I okay. Let me say this. This is a safe space. And I gotta be honest and true within myself. Okay. Um, I know that mainly most of our videos has shifted to wine tastings, or all about wine, and we do have some relationship videos coming soon. But I'm I'm gonna be honest with you all. I have, and I know that some, I get comments and DMs, actually, about when am I gonna be posting, more relationship videos, and and I'm gonna explain to you all. I kind of took a pause on it mentally, because um I'm going through some things. No, I'm not gonna get into divorce. No, it's not a divorce or separation. But I'm going through some personal things. Dealing with, and I'm gonna be honest with you all about it. Dealing with my past. That has come up and I've had to face, and I'm still facing. And like I said, it 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 kind of made me, um it kind of made me reevaluate some things, right? Um, as I've told you all before, I've shared you all my story. I am a sexual, I- I'm a rape survivor. Okay. And um, it's still a touchy subject. I was raped when I was 17 years old, and it 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 it, it altered me. It altered my life, and me becoming, and like I said, I had to, it altered my life, and I went through a phase of, of brokenness, and going through therapy, and going through the phase of healing, right? And so, um, back in almost a year ago, I went through, the case came back up, and it was done in a, uh, what is the case came back up, and it was done in a way that I never thought it was not handled with care. Put it like that. It was done in a way where I found out about my case being brought up into a different case, and I'm not going to go into it because right now it's a new case that's reopened, and we have to go through that journey. And it really took me aback, and I really had to reassess the situation. I had to reassess my journey, and even made me think also about my purpose of being a love coach, and my purpose of being a love coach and a sexologist. Okay. And 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 I had to deal with some things dealing with me and rehealing because, like I said, it was like a gaping wound. And I often it was a gaping wound that was, basically open. And I'm gonna be honest with you all. When I was 17 when I was raped, and it for a very, very, very long time, I had masked my pain. Um, I masked my pain, and like I said, because people don't understand, I often say, sexual abuse is like the assassination to the soul. Okay, and I was a young girl. I wasn't a grown woman yet, and trying to find our way, and then have going through that trauma. And there was some things in my case that I did not know. I'm finding out 22 years later. Um, that was kept from me. I'm dealing with my case, and and like I said, I was a broken little girl for a very long time. And like I said, I talk about rape or sexual assault, abuse. It's an assassination to the soul, and even though a person, if they survive it, it does something to them mentally and spiritually, and it is a part of them that they don't get back, and it's the innocence that's lost. And some people, some people, if they don't, especially in the African American community, therapy for sex crimes, it often gets swept under the rug. Many girls, such as myself, don't get the help and the therapy that they need, because black women and black girls are unprotected. And in my case, and in the new case that we're processing, it's showing a light on that. And but and it made me think, and it made me go through, just it made me reassess things. And so I started going through therapy 10 years ago. Because I wanted to, like I said, I'm a mom. I became a mom when I was 21. I'm a married woman. I've almost been married now, almost 20 years. And it played, it played parts in my day to day life. And so when I was 29 years old, I started going through therapy and started working through my issues. And then but I never really tapped into all that I went through, and all that I went through. And then when I became a sexologist and I learned how to mask my pain, I did learn how to mask the pain, but I learned how to go deep and take all of the layers out. And I really started researching, researching sexology. And and through sexology you also learn about, you learn about sex abuse, from a different lens. And and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things. Um and like I said, this time around, maybe because I never did get the chance to deal with things appropriately in my past, it's come back up. And rightfully so, because I'm a firm believer that until you deal with, if you when you're dealing with traumas of the past, doesn't matter if it's from your childhood, adulthood, or if you're going through whether you're dealing with stuff in relationships, it doesn't matter. When you are going through traumas of the heart, and when you have things that go on in your past, in order for you to move forward, you have to deal with it, and you have to pull back the layers, and you have to work on yourself or work within yourself, in order for you to move on in a healthy space and really flow and live life freely. Okay. And so, um, there was a lot of things I had discovered that I did not touch on, um, until me going through this journey. And a part of me going through this journey of healing, of really healing, it made me sit back and be quiet. Let's be honest. it made me sit back and be quiet on dealing with matters of the heart, dealing with relationships, and dealing, and having conversations about relationships and in sex and all. And it made me also, like I said, it made me question some things about myself and how I'm representing and coming across and being true to the conversations that needed to be had, and even in my purpose of being a sex coach and a love coach, where I am and where I want to be and where I want this journey to be. And so I have been quiet for a while. And like I said, I am going through a restructuring phase. Um, and and also I really want to step into my purpose of doing my part in bringing to the forefront of talking about healing from sexual abuse, of talking about um, sexual exploitation of African American women, um, talk about the mind of predators, the mind, predators, how they think. Talk about many. We have it's and not only the fun stuff, but I really want to dig deep into it. And now it's time. At time, and like I said, dealing with relationships and matters of the heart. I've done videos in the past. Um, what I feel, to me, especially talking about sexual abuse and sex assault, I don't think that I was put together and polished. And I don't think I was put together and polished because it was the little girl that was still crying out in me. And I am working on that now. I can look back and I can see the mistakes, not mistakes, but it wasn't from a healing place. Okay. And I want to now step into my purpose and step into, and I want to give you all the best of me at all times. And even when we're talking about heavy things, such as sex crimes and abuse and sexual exploitation, I want to give you all a polished me, because and I want to have a conversation and give you all a, the best part of me and the best healed version of me. Okay. Um, Even though emotion is fine and emotion is perfect. I mean, emotion is fine and it's human, and you're supposed to have emotion, but there's a right way and there's a wrong way. Okay. And so I had to sit back and really just think about where I am, even through my healing journey, and restructuring, and even having conversations, um, and where I am with sex potions and pedals. And like I said, um, I'm in my late 30s, and I'm almost in 2 months. Thank you, God. I'll be 40. And I want to have also not only talk about sexual abuse, but I also want to have open dialogues and conversations with you all, about good girlfriend, or big sister or auntie conversation, because like I said, I'm walking into a different stage in my life. Um, the 20s are, the 20s are the 20s, okay? Because you're coming into womanhood, right? And you are dipping and doing all the things, you young and you vibrant and you free and you trying to figure out life, right? Because that's during the time when you're supposed to be the most free, because you are just stepping out of childhood, you coming into womanhood, and the world is just so big, right? And you want a piece of every part of positivity or what life has, every part of it, every part of adulthood. You want a piece of it, right? And so that's what, and you're learning. You're just learning you're still a baby in the game when it comes down to adulthood, but you're a young adult, and you're learning. You want to step out to the world learning about life, okay? And and like I said, even 20, in 20 somethings, we have a whole different perspective on what life is, and what adulthood is. And you're getting to know yourself, as far as being a woman. You're getting to know, your sexual desires. You're getting to know, you're just getting out there dating. You're having fun. You're trying to figure out what you want out in life. And there's different conversations that it's not being held. And then also, when you get in your 30s, when you're 30s, you start to settle down. And some of us were thinking about marriage. We're thinking about motherhood if we haven't even touched into motherhood, or we're thinking about, some of us are thinking about still being single or dating field while we're in our 30s. And you're starting to really search and find yourself in your 30s. And when you hit around, I want to say between 35, right before you hit 40, there's a space, there's a window, it's 3 year period of space where you're really starting to wrap your mind around what you really want in life and what you really want. Okay, because I think by the time you hit 40, and I'm going through that phase now, I know exactly what I want. I know how I want it. I know what I want done. I don't want to accept anything less. And it's on all points, on all points of my life. Okay? And and also in our community, I want to be able to change the game with this channel. I want to be able to change the game with this channel, and have these big sister to sister conversations, and big, auntie to to niecey conversations, because I'm starting to notice, that well, it's not even noticed, but there were some things that wasn't taught to us as coming up as young girls, right? And there were certain things that our parents did not have conversations about womanhood, and I want to, and it's showing a lot, and I want to be able to change the game between me and you, sister, sister to sister, woman to woman, and even for the young girls to come up. I want to be able to have an open conversation about womanhood, about that the conversations that we didn't have, because we didn't get coming up, because I am starting to see things in our community are getting lost, and a lot of women are being lost, and some things are progressing, but some things are not. And it all comes with someone teaching us, guiding us, coaching us. And that's my job as a coach. My job is to motivate you, to give you incitement, to fill you up, will empower you, to enlighten you, to inform you, to be that big sister, to be that big auntie that you need me to be, to teach you, to give you the game that we wasn't taught. We had me, like I said, I'm 39 years old. I had to learn on survival. And up until, I had to learn on survival because I wasn't, there were certain things, and it's completely okay, especially in the black community. We was not taught, okay? But it's never too late to learn now, okay? And so I want to be that space, and I want to do that here, and give you all the best of me, okay? And whether it's, talking about a woman covenants, whether it's talking about womanhood, whether it's talking about a woman's body and honoring your body, whether it's talking about self care, self pleasure, self love, um, talking about the covenants of marriage, whether it's talking about fertility, um, maternal motherhood, whether it's talking about being a good girlfriend. I want to be able to have those free conversations with you all. And I want to give that to you all as well. Okay? I want to bring you all the best of me. And and we're restructuring ourselves. And so I was going to tell you all, I we will continue to have um light conversations. It will still be fun and free. I want to spice it up. I want to spruce this up a little bit. Okay. I want to give you all things wine. I want to give you all things marriage enrichment, coach, love coaching. I want to give you all sex education, the right kind of sex education. I want to give you all um, marriage enrichment tools. I want to give you all the the real deal behind the real nitty and gritty about marriage because, like I said, I almost been in the game for almost 20 years, and it's not easy. And it's conversations that I wish that I would have been taught. I would have been sat down, and I want to be able to give you that as well. Okay, I want to be able to give you the real deal on how marriage is, the covenants of a wife, um, things that conversations that men may be afraid to to have conversations with you about marriage and about men, about husbands. And I also want to give you all go back a little bit to the basics as well. I want to be able to have little fun, kiki, fashion a little bit, right? So I want to be able to sprinkle in some wine. I want to be able to sprinkle in love. I want to be able to sprinkle, love and sex education and sex talk, grown and sexy talk. And I also want to sprinkle in fashion because I still love fashion. I want to bring in plus size fashion because I'm a BBW baby and I know I'm fine. And I just want to say, hey, there's a movement that we have going on. I mean, BBWs, we've been fine. This ain't no fetish, baby. And I just want to give you all the best of me, okay? So, um, be with me. Be patient as we work on the rebranding, how things are going to go. I'm excited to where we're going. Um, and I want it to be more refined, okay? I want to give you all the best of me and give you all the best at what I have. Because, like I said, you all are my people, and you all started out with me. And I believe in giving you all the best because we all are the best, right? So that's on that. So, with that being said, I thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be the end of this conversation tonight. I want you all to chime in. I want you all to comment down below. How would you feel? What would you all like in our channel as we restructure and rebranding? I was thinking of doing wine making classes, show you how to make wine, cocktail making classes, especially because the holidays are coming up. Of course, doing our wine releases, talking to you all about the luxury picnic business that we have right now. You know, we got a few more, I guess maybe a couple more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks into the luxury picnic business. Um, well, picnic business season, okay? Um, and just introduce you all about the picnic, about the luxury picnic business that I have, along with with Love Story Mobile Winery, paint and sips. Even if we do like a paint-a-thon on here and just have fun, and be free. Um, like I said, have grown women conversations. We talk about all the good things. We talk about giving and giving. Well, we just talk about all the good, grown and sexy things, but also just dabble into some great things. We talk about you know, how to pull a big party together, how to do a date night, what to do on a date night, a date night ends and things like that. And like I said, fashion, just have everything sprinkled in, a little bit of fashion, some wine, the wine business, relationship coaching, dating, having all those kind of conversations. I want us to have fun and be free. And even if hopefully YouTube, can you do me a favor? Let me tell you something. Your girl Lauren, I like to dance. I like to have fun. I like to move my body, okay? I need to play some music. I need to be able to dip it and do it and have some fun. And I want us all to do these things together, right? Because I want us to enjoy life, enjoy it together. So with that being said, like I said, I'm going to be closing in. This is the end of our video. I want you all to like and comment. And I want you all to tell me exactly what you all want to see from my channel as I'm going through a rebranding stage. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have an amazing day. I'm going to, if you all can see my face, it's ciao. Anywho. But thank you all for tuning in. If you love it, and just comment down below. Tell me y'all what you all like. So with that being said, if anyone hasn't told you that they love you today, I love you. Have a great evening on purpose. Bye.